Right-wing forces in this country for the last 50 years have been targeting examples of the federal government doing things that work for the American public.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
As we're winding down, I wanted to talk about the Postal Service. We have been covering the NALC and the Postal Service contract negotiations relatively closely, and we've gotten a lot of letter carriers in the audience recently, and so we have I know we have several letter carriers that are going to be listening now, and you know the Postal Service is like Social Security, kind of one of your bailiwicks, one of the things that you're really passionate about, that you really like. So why do you like the Postal Service so much? What is it about that kind of gets you excited?
Postal Service is magic, right? I mean, it's like magic. Yeah. Stamp costs now, I think, closer to 80 cents for a letter.
73 cents.
Okay, I get forever stamps. I buy a bunch of those, so I haven't bought stamps in a while. But you put this on a letter, it doesn't matter where you're sending it in this country. The most remote region of this country, that letter will get there.
Yep.
It is incredibly efficient when we have people who want it to working there, who are not put in to basically privatize it. And if you live in a remote rural area of this, I mean, first of all, the post office was basically what bound this country together as a country. It allowed for the country to communicate with each other. We don't need it in the same way that we needed it at the time, but still, the ability for you to live in a rural town in Wyoming or Iowa or Nebraska or Arkansas and get a letter to me in New York City in a couple of days for 80 cents or send me a package without having to pay 40, 50, 60 bucks, even if it's an envelope through FedEx or DHL or UPS, is magic. And even those companies ride on the infrastructure of the post office. And we've had at times, it was back in the 60s, where we had postal banking, where you could go to the post office and get basic banking done. And we have this apparatus already set up. We have the branches.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
We have the coordination. We are underutilizing the post office because, again, right-wing forces in this country for the last 50 years have been targeting examples of the federal government doing things that work for the American public. It has been a long-term project, and they have been pretty successful in demonizing these places. You know, people tell me, you go to the DMV. There are some cities where you go to the DMV, it's tough because there's a lot of people there. But broadly speaking, go to your cable company and see what that's like. It's far worse. Try and call your private insurance company and get them to deal with a claim. It is far worse. I mean, this is the idea that the post office doesn't function amazingly well, I think is absurd. Right. And to the extent that we've had problems with it, it has largely been a project of Donald Trump's Postmaster General to essentially privatize a significant portion of the post office so that, you know, and this is a term from when we were talking about the privatization of Social Security. These outfits want this so-called dumb money, which is money, taxpayer money, that they can go in and they know that the people who are paying attention to this money, their agenda is to throw it out the door to private contractors. And, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at people who fundamentally do not like government. And when you put them in charge of government, they're going to set out to make it bad. So the first attack we're going to see on Social Security is not going to be cutting benefits. The first attack we're going to see is going to be on the Social Security Administration.
Exactly.
So that your Social Security payments get screwed up. And then you're like, I don't like Social Security because my payments get screwed up. But they're going in there doing that. Musk fired all the people who designed the free e-file for IRS. And I promise you, the system that works so well on the e-file in a pilot program last year, this year as it's rolled out to everybody is going to be full of bugs by design so that people want to get rid of it. And I guarantee you within 2 years, that system which saved your average American a couple of $100 on filing their taxes and made it much more simple for them is going to go away because people are going to be like, it doesn't work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's sabotage. It's sabotage.
100% sabotage.
They go in and
100%
exactly
sabotage.
like you said. They want to, where government is working well, like the post office. They want to go in and cut it up to make it worse, to feed into their talking points, so that they can come back and say, "Oh, look, isn't government so bad?"
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.